Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tailfin Executive Briefing. This week, we've got 5 major AI news stories that you need to know from the Tailfin News Monitor. And there's a little bit of everything. Geopolitics, large infrastructure spends, bots talking about genocide, new tools, and a scam warning for grandparents.
It's such a fascinating mix, isn't it? AI tools reshaping the way we interact with the world, while governments and companies continue to ramp up their investments in technology. It's a snapshot of how quickly everything is evolving.
What stood out to me this week is just how global this all is. We've got OpenAI partnering with different nations to create data centers tailored to local needs. That's a bold, and let's be honest, strategic move. There's also Amazon's commitment to spending $8 billion on data centers in the UK. That's a scale-up move.
It is indeed. And then you've got Saudi Arabia, using AI to reinvent itself, from desert oil economy to a major tech powerhouse. The shift in priorities is, well, remarkable, especially given their history.
Yeah, history and, let's just say, some baggage. But these moves show that AI isn't just a tech trend. It's turning into this worldwide strategy game.
Exactly. Oh, and the energy angle. Like Amazon's data centers consuming power equivalent to small towns, highlighting just how big energy needs for AI will be going forward. It's raising important questions about the balance between technological progress and sustainability.
Right. And on the flip side, there's also the whole people-focused angle. I mean, AI voice cloning being used in scams now? That's kind of scary how convincing it's got, and so quickly.
It is frightening. Minimal audio needed to replicate a voice, and suddenly your loved one's voice could be used against you. It really highlights the dual-edged nature of AI advancements.
Yeah, so, lot to unpack here in just these brief stories. But let's kick things off by exploring OpenAI's global initiative, OpenAI for Countries, the commitment to work with the governments of 10 countries to develop country-level LLMs with localized data centers. This is important, not just because of the scale, but because it shows how tech can really adapt to fit local needs. 10 countries, each with their own languages, dialects, and cultures. That's global and local innovation.
And it's a frontier that carries quite a price tag. $500 billion. That's impressive. But beyond the numbers, there's also the geopolitical chessboard at play here. It's no accident that this is a US-led effort, is it?
Oh, not at all. It totally puts the US in the central role as an AI powerhouse. But, doing projects like this, country by country, it also highlights how critical localization is. You can't just drop in one-size-fits-all AI. It doesn't work that way.
Exactly. Each region has unique requirements, different regulations, cultural nuances, even infrastructure. It's a completely different challenge in, say, Europe versus parts of Asia or Africa. The amount of coordination required is immense.
Oh, tell me about it. I mean, from my own experience, working with international tech teams can get messy. One time, we underestimated just how much cultural differences would affect our workflows. And honestly, it almost derailed the project.
Right, it's those subtle factors that can make or break these kinds of initiatives. And you're not just trying to align teams, you're also aligning priorities. What the US might want to prioritize could be very different from, say, a partner country in Southeast Asia or Eastern Europe.
Oh, 100%. And the geopolitical angle here, it's not just about tech partnerships. There's this whole layer of influence building woven into it. You've got countries that might welcome this as a developmental boost, but others could see it as, a kind of...
A soft power play?
Exactly. It's almost like AI diplomacy, right?
AI diplomacy. That's quite a term, but it fits. And it raises all sorts of ethical debates. For instance, how do we ensure fairness or avoid exploitation in these partnerships? It's one thing to bring cutting-edge tools to a country, but another to try control them once they are up and running.
Speaking of ethical debates in AI, let's shift to the Grok AI situation. So, the chatbot was allegedly directed to talk about white genocide in South Africa. To me, that has all the telltale signs of manipulation. Someone steering the conversation to fit their own agenda. It's really unsettling.
It really is. And it raises significant ethical questions about how these tools are designed and managed. A chatbot isn't just some neutral party, it's shaped by whoever programs it. That makes developer responsibility absolutely critical. And the responsibility with Grok lies with our almost constant companion, Elon Musk, the owner of X and guardian of the 580 million active monthly users on the platform.
Right. And here's my thing. It's not even just about what's programmed in, it's also about what's left unchecked. If someone's guiding an AI into these controversial or harmful areas, what does that say about the safeguards, or lack thereof, on the entire system?
Precisely. As a journalist, I've covered controversies in technology before. Data breaches, misinformation, even well-intentioned tools that were twisted into something darker. And you see this pattern emerge. A lack of oversight early on often leads to massive issues down the line.
Sure, but doesn't that make it all the more urgent? I mean, we're seeing AI actively shape ideologies here. That's not just misuse, that's influence. It's this slippery slope from helpful chatbot to, well, something way more insidious.
And that's the heart of the issue, isn't it? Once an AI LLM-powered chatbot is out in the world, the line between its intended purpose and its actual use can blur very quickly if anyone presses the button marked, "Let's talk about this issue from this perspective." So speaking of responsibility and the implications of technology, let's look at Amazon Web Services' significant $8 billion investment in UK data centres. On the surface, it seems like a win. Big economic boost, cutting-edge facilities. But there's a massive energy parallel we need to explore.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Eric, did you see those stats about energy consumption? Even small data centers draw power like a small town. And now we're talking about expanding that power demand significantly over the next few years as they all start to connect to the grid.
Exactly. The UK already has 500 data centres consuming about 2.5% of its entire electricity supply, a number projected to reach 6% by 2030. It's significant. And then there's Ireland.
Oh, let me guess. Worse?
Much worse. Ireland's 80 data centres already use 21% of the nation's electricity, projected to hit 30% by the end of the decade. These numbers are eye-opening, aren't they?
Totally. And here's the thing. This isn't just a tech or energy problem. It's both. We're piling on these massive infrastructure projects, but where's the sustainability in all this?
It's a critical question. AWS, for example, is investing in renewable energy projects, but even those efforts don't fully address the scale of the energy demand. And nuclear power, while offering 24/7 energy, comes with its own challenges, costs, regulations, and takes years to implement.
Right. A ton of hurdles. But honestly, Eric, this is where I think tech innovation can step in. Like if we start designing AI tools with energy efficiency in mind, it changes the ecosystem entirely.
Interesting. So building smarter AI to consume less power.
Exactly. I've worked on projects where reducing computational loads also slashed energy use and costs. But it takes more upfront effort during development. The industry's got to prioritize this more. And that starts with more people talking about the energy impact of trivial trends like creating Barbie doll box images.
And what about governments? Should they step in more actively to regulate the energy consumption of these tech giants? Or does that stifle innovation?
Tough balance, but yeah, I think there's room for incentives, like tax breaks for energy-efficient tech development, maybe even penalties for wasteful practices. You need that carrot and stick approach, you know?
Fair enough. And speaking of bold moves, let's pivot to another fascinating investment, Saudi Arabia's Humane Initiative. It's less about data centers here and more about geopolitics through AI technology.
Yes, this is an interesting move, Eric. Saudi Arabia's Humane Initiative sounds ambitious, but it continues their transformation from oil dominance to technology powerhouse. It feels like they're trying to rewrite their story completely.
It certainly does. And it's not just about pivoting industries, it's about, well, rebranding on a global stage. This isn't just an economic play, it's geopolitical theatre. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman appears to be positioning Saudi Arabia as a modern tech giant.
Right. But dragging all that baggage with them as they go? I mean, let's not forget the international scrutiny they've faced since the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. It's not been a smooth journey to say the least. But still, this push into AI is bold, and the launch of Humane sounds like it's going to cover everything from developing proprietary tech, embedding the use of AI across the workforce, and controlling data center development pipelines.
It's bold, yes, but it's also strategic. By developing proprietary AI technology and streamlining their data infrastructure, they're solidifying control, not just over their tech stack, but their entire economy. It's like they're crafting a digital backbone to support their next chapter. And let's not forget, This is all being spearheaded by the same leadership navigating significant controversies in recent years. So, the stakes are high. They're banking on AI to not only reinvent their economy, but also recast their narrative on the global scene.
And when you look at the scale they're talking about, proprietary tech, pushing AI tools through every sector of their economy, it's like, what's the end game here? Are they trying to become another Silicon Valley? Or is this about, I don't know, something even bigger?
That's a great question. They've got the resources to go big, but whether they bring global innovation or just regional dominance remains to be seen. Either way, it's a fascinating development. And speaking of fascinating and perhaps alarming developments, let's talk about AI voice cloning scams.
So, this final news story is on how AI is shaping our lives in a negative way. Right now, AI voice cloning is being used in scams targeting US grandparents. Imagine being tricked into thinking your grandkids are in danger. How terrifying is that?
It's deeply unsettling. Imagine receiving a call and it's your grandchild's voice telling you they're in distress. Naturally, you'd respond. It's instinctive. And yet, it turns out to be a complete fabrication.
Right? I mean, Eric, the technology now only needs a few seconds of audio to clone someone's voice, a couple of social media clips, and boom, they've got everything they need.
Precisely. And that's what makes it so dangerous. The accessibility of the tech. Scammers don't need sophisticated setups anymore. It's this democratization of AI tools that creates both opportunities and risks.
Yeah, and it's such a huge breach of trust too. Like grandparents especially, they're just wired to protect their families. And these scams prey on that love, that instinct.
It's cruel, isn't it? And it highlights a deeper issue. We're rushing to adopt these tools without fully considering how they might be misused. The ethical lag is palpable.
Totally. And, the US Federal Communications Commission's warning is great, but is it enough? Like, do you think public awareness alone can really combat something this sophisticated?
It's a start, but education needs to go hand in hand with technological safeguards. Developers should build preventative measures into these tools, perhaps making cloning detectable in some way.
Yeah, but then there's the whole question of how you even regulate this stuff, right? Developers can only do so much. And bad actors, they're not waiting for rules. They're just running with it.
It's a cat and mouse game. Regulation always lags behind innovation, unfortunately. But at least this warning from the FCC puts a spotlight on the issue. It's a first step.
I guess, but it still feels like we're playing catch-up. The tech moves faster than we can react, and it always will do. Eric, even with all those challenges we talked about, it's worth remembering that AI isn't just doom and gloom. Like, take the Tailfin Market Monitor this week. We're going to cover 4 standout AI tools. These aren't just theoretical concepts. They're actually helping people, whether it's running a business or making daily life a bit easier.
Practical, yes. And each one seems tailored to address very specific needs, which is refreshing in a market often saturated with over-promising and under-delivering tech. So what's first on the list?
Okay, so first up is Therabot, an AI virtual therapy assistant. Now, I don't know about you, but the idea of having a digital companion that supports emotional resilience is just fascinating. It's like therapy on demand, through text or even group settings.
It's a compelling concept, especially as mental health services are often inaccessible for many people. But I do wonder, without the human element, can it truly replicate the depth of empathy required for therapy?
Fair point, but honestly, I think it's more like a complementary tool rather than a replacement. It's there for immediate access, sort of like a starting point for people who might otherwise not seek help.
That's a good way to look at it. It's free to use, so check it out at trytherabot.com. And what about the next tool? FreshLearn, wasn't it?
Yes, FreshLearn is this e-learning platform for creating courses and workshops. Super powerful, and it's got this drag and drop interface, so you don't need coding skills. I mean, this is perfect for creators who want to monetize their knowledge smartly.
True, and the accessibility is key. Simplifying the process makes it more inclusive, enabling educators and entrepreneurs to focus on content rather than the technical hurdles of setup. Does it cover automated marketing too?
It certainly does. They've integrated tools for scaling courses, memberships. It's like an ecosystem for education. This one has a free plan as well, so if you've got knowledge you could be turning into courses to earn you money while you sleep, then head to freshlearn.com and get it working for you.
And our third AI solution today is one for anyone working in marketing. It's called Avery, and it's your new AI marketing manager. Now, this is a really impressive one. From crafting strategies to generating content, it sounds almost like having an on-call team packed into a single platform. What's your take?
I love it. I mean, having worked in tech startups, marketing is one of those areas where things can spiral. So many moving parts, so much manual effort. But with Avery, you're looking at less stress, more impact, and who doesn't need that?
Indeed. And I imagine the scalability aspect could be crucial for smaller businesses, especially those with minimal resource. What about accessibility for individuals? Is it user-friendly?
Totally. From what I've seen, it's designed to fit all levels, whether you're a pro or just starting out. If it's just you on your own, it's got a free plan. And there's reasonable plans for larger businesses. Go check it out at avery.ai. And finally this week, let's not forget Natural Reader. This tool converts text to speech, and it's got a whole library of AI voices. Just load up your PDF and pick a voice, and let the AI do its thing, turning text into audio and waking up those ears.
Yes. Text to speech. That's a classic AI use case, but this also lets you clone your voice and create custom, lifelike audio content.
Exactly. And think about the accessibility applications, like for those with disabilities. But it also ties into the creative side. If you're a content creator or podcaster, having these tools can expand your possibilities in amazing ways. It's free for personal use, and there's commercial use plans as well. So head over to naturalreaders.com and see what you can do. Though don't go creating anything to scam any grandparents. That's a definite no-no.
Totally. It's fascinating how much these tools can accomplish. From supporting mental health to revolutionizing marketing and content creation, AI truly is reshaping how we work and communicate.
There's so much happening and it's moving fast, but I hope you're feeling like you've caught up this week.
Thanks for spending some time with us. We'll keep diving into these topics to help you make sense of it all.
Until next time, keep checking in with the Tailfin Executive Substack for your news and product updates, and we'll be back next week with another Tailfin Executive podcast.
Take care and thanks for tuning in. Have a good week.